The sudden and tragic death of Bruce Lee on July 20th, 1973, at the age of 32, shocked the world and left fans searching for answers. While the official cause cited by doctors was cerebral edema, a buildup of fluid in the brain, the underlying reason for this condition was never definitively determined. Over the past 5 decades, various theories have been proposed to explain the martial arts legend's untimely demise. Below, we explore 4 leading theories put forth by medical and martial arts experts that attempt to shed light on the mysterious circumstances surrounding Lee's death. 1. Cannabis use. At the time of Lee's death, doctors at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Hong Kong concluded that cerebral edema was the cause. However, questions remained about what triggered this life-threatening condition. One of the earliest theories linked Lee's death to his use of cannabis. A report from September 19, 1973, mentioned that traces of cannabis were found in Lee's stomach and small intestine. Some Hong Kong doctors speculated that ingesting marijuana might have caused or exacerbated the brain swelling. This hypothesis was influenced by an incident on May 10, 1973, when Lee collapsed while working at a film studio. He was dubbing for the Enter the Dragon when he suddenly felt unwell, vomited, and fainted. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, where neurosurgeon Dr. Peter Wu treated him for cerebral edema. Dr. Wu noted the possibility that Lee's cannabis use could be linked to the episode. However, despite the speculation, no direct causal link between cannabis use and cerebral edema has been documented. While some experts viewed the correlation as significant, others argued that there was insufficient evidence to substantiate marijuana as the definitive trigger. This theory, while widely discussed, remains speculative and has not been conclusively proven. 2. Hypersensitivity to aspirin or meprobamate. Another theory centers around the medication that Lee took on the day of his death. Shortly before his passing, Lee was at the home of actress Betty Ting Pei on Beacon Hill Road in Kowloon, Hong Kong. He complained of a severe headache and took an Equagesic pill, a painkiller containing aspirin and meprobamate, which Ting provided. Lee subsequently lay down to rest but did not wake up. Leading forensic pathologist Dr. Robert Donald Tier, a professor at the University of London, suggested that Lee's death might have been due to a hypersensitivity reaction to one or both components of Equagesic. Dr. Ray Richard Lysette, who performed Lee's post-mortem examination, supported this hypothesis, noting that it could explain the cerebral edema. While the hypersensitivity theory was considered plausible, it faced challenges. Neither aspirin nor meprobamate is known to commonly cause brain swelling. Ting also stated that Lee had taken Equagesic previously without any adverse effects, raising further doubts. Thus, while hypersensitivity to medication remains a possibility, it cannot be definitively confirmed as the cause of death. 3. Heat stroke. Biographer Matthew Polly, in his book Bruce Lee, A Life, proposed a different explanation: heat stroke. In the weeks leading up to his death, Lee had been under immense physical and mental strain. He had reportedly lost 15% of his body weight due to overwork, reducing his weight to just 54 kilo, 119 lbs. A notable factor was that Lee had undergone surgery to remove his sweat glands from his armpits to avoid visible sweating on camera. Polly argued that this procedure compromised Lee's ability to regulate his body temperature effectively. On May 10th, the day Lee first collapsed, the air conditioning in the studio had been turned off to prevent background noise from interfering with the recording. Lee exhibited symptoms of heat stroke, including high body temperature, vomiting, loss of consciousness, and severe weakness, all of which mirrored the signs he showed on the day of his death. Polly suggested that on July 20th, Lee may have experienced similar conditions that triggered his headache and ultimately led to his fatal collapse. Heat stroke, particularly when compounded by other health factors, could have resulted in the cerebral edema that caused his death. 4. Drinking too much water. In December 2022, a new theory emerged. published in the Clinical Kidney Journal. A group of researchers from the Autonomous University of Madrid proposed that Lee's death might have been due to hyponatremia, a condition characterized by low sodium levels in the blood. This occurs when the body retains more water than it can excrete, leading to a dangerous imbalance. The researchers suggested that Lee's lifestyle made him susceptible to this condition. His diet was reportedly based on high fluid intake, including alcohol and juice, and he was known to consume large amounts of water. Additionally, Lee's prior kidney issues may have impaired his ability to expel water efficiently. We hypothesize that Bruce Lee died from a specific form of kidney dysfunction, the inability to excrete enough water to maintain water homeostasis, the researchers wrote. This may lead to hyponatremia, cerebral edema, and death within hours if excessive water intake is not matched by water excretion. The study pointed out that hyponatremia is found in up to 40% of hospitalized individuals and can cause death even in otherwise healthy people if water intake is disproportionately high. 50 years after Bruce Lee's sudden death, the exact cause remains a subject of debate. The initial diagnosis of cerebral edema provided a clear medical result, but left many questions unanswered about what triggered the condition. The theories range from cannabis use and hypersensitivity to medication to heat stroke and excessive water consumption. While none of these explanations have been definitively proven, each sheds light on potential vulnerabilities that may have contributed to the legendary martial artist's death. Ultimately, Bruce Lee's passing continues to evoke curiosity and analysis, underscoring the enigmatic nature of his life and legacy.